What's going on, YouTube? We're back over here at the pond. We've been working off a little bit trying to get well, we have got the food source reestablished, but as you can see, we've had a lack of rain and it's getting pretty low, so I'm getting a little worried about it. But kind of took advantage of the low water today and walked around and cut some of the trees that have been growing in it and let them just drop. So once it comes back up, it'll be a little more structure added to it. But I figured since I've got everything in my truck, we're going to try it out today with a few different things and see what we can do out here. I think I've caught one with the chatterbait before I turn the camera on. Got a shaky head tied on, a little wacky rig stick bait, Cinco sort of bait tied on. And I think I've got a swim jig. I don't think I've tried any of those in here, so we're about to see what we can do. All right, let's start this little mission out with a shaky head and see what we can do in here. I have to throw it over here around the dam and let it drop. As low as it is, I don't know if we're going to have much down here in this shallow end. See if we can keep him on this time. Yeah, there we go, finally. A little guy on the shaky head, so that's one for the shaky head finally. We'll swap it out and see what we can do with the little wacky rig now. I figured it was a little brim, but it's more than what I thought was going to be on that little shaky head out there. So, well, that's one for the shaky head. Let's see what we can do with the little wacky rig, little stick bait here. There's a little small one on the wacky rig. Boy, that's one of my little small bass out of here. Smallest one I've got out of here in a long time. At least I know the population, they're growing, reproducing. That one's a wall hanger there. We're gonna have to mount that. That's got to be a 10-pounder right there, if not 11. So, well, one for the shaky head, one for a little wacky rig. Let's see what we can do with a swim jig now. See if we can make it 3 for 3 now that we got the camera on. Kind of swim it back across here the first few times and see what happens, and we may just have to kind of work it off the bottom and see. Well, let's try the chatterbait since the swim jig wasn't working. It had to let us down. Everything else so far has caught us at least one fish. Let's see what we can do with the chatterbait. I caught one on it earlier but didn't have the camera on, so we can't really count that one, I don't guess. nicer one than the first other ones. So. Well, he swallowed that thing. He's going to make sure he got it in. One for the chatterbaits, and so far the only one that's let us down is the swim jig. Well, let's try the spinnerbait and see what we can do with it out here now. Got one more rod in the truck. We may try a little top water out here too and see. Well, down to the last rod I had in the truck. So far, swim jig, spinnerbait has got us a 0 where everything else has got us a fish. Let's see what topwater will do out here. Got a little popper tied on, so we'll try it out and see. Probably end up with one of my brim out of here I've been putting in here. There we go. Got one on topwater now too. Well, one on topwater now, so we're down to swim jig and spinnerbait that hadn't worked for us today. There we go. One more for the shaky head. About tore my little shaky head up that time around. All right, well, ended up being down here a little longer than I expected, but turned into kind of a fish what you got challenge. Had 6 rods in the truck. 4 of the 6 produced fish. The only thing that I didn't catch on was a spinnerbait and a swim jig, which I've caught a few off spinnerbait out of here before. Swim jig, I don't know if I've ever caught anything out of here with it, but 4 baits. Let's see, we had a chatterbait, of course, caught a couple fish. Shaky had a couple fish. Little wacky rig caught 1, and caught a topwater, one off topwater off a little popper. So I think I ended up with 6 fish off 4 different rods, 4 baits I had down here. Got a little bit of the brush cleared that was going around the edges, and want to leave some of it there so the brim will have some cover. So hopefully we get a little rain pretty soon. It gets it back up to where it should be. Anyway, we're going to get out of here, get back out of the pasture, and get to the house. We'll see y'all next time, guys.